So I've said it before, and I'll keep saying it, that there are literally dozens of ways to post Doberman puppy ears. And there's no right or wrong way to do it. It's just what works for you as well as for your puppy and their particular crop. But inevitably, there's going to be times when the posting goes astray. Okay. You've got a hiccup, or simply the ears are not progressing like you thought that they would. And when that happens, you got to step back and reevaluate things and assess, what needs to be done so that we can start moving forward again. I had a puppy last night that when I took the ears down, he had actually two issues going on that I wanted to address that wouldn't be sufficiently taken care of using my usual full posting method that you've probably seen the video for on here. So I wanted to take the opportunity to show you an example of, when you got to step back and reassess, and you might just be able to tweak the existing method that you're using. Or if that's not going to work, then you might have to just totally shift gears into a totally different posting method. So anyway, let's take a look at this puppy that I worked on last night and see what I did with him. So this is part of posting. It's just dealing with whatever situation pops up. Now his ears have been healed well for at least 3 weeks, but for some reason this little sore while he was in the post. And let's see, he was posted about 4 days ago. So this is one of the reasons it's good whenever they're little, is to change the post frequently, because they do grow really fast. And two, if you get a situation like this, you catch it earlier and can do something about it rather than it festering and getting worse and worse. As you can see, it hasn't really affected the tissue up through here. It's just mainly on that edge. So I want to show you what I'm doing to post him to avoid that area. And also, this litter, the particular cropper that did this litter, she did a great job as far as looking head on. You've got very little bell sticking out here. So they're going to be really pretty head on. But in doing so, she really had to clean this out, this bell part. And so she cut it really low. And so there's very little bell right here for a post to stick into. And so they tend to pop out easily. So I'm going to show you an alternate method. Sarah's going to help hold him, of how to post, number one, so that we don't have to deal with that post popping out issue. And number two, so that that boo-boo area can heal up. So what I'm going to do, as you know from previous videos, that's a full post, okay, where it goes all the way down into the bottom of the bell, which unfortunately is about here. So it's just going to be set for failure. Another option that you've seen in another video of mine is the half post, which is starting with the anti-helix, that little knobby flesh there, and you rest the post on it. The problem I don't like with the half post is that, as you see, the bottom of the post is above the head level, and so there's no stabilization effect of the post. So what I'm going to do instead is basically what I call like a 3/4 post. So I want to make sure that I get the post higher than this edge of the ear. If I have the post where it rubs on that, it's going to be very irritating. So I'm going to place it just above that skin area right there. But now he does have a little bit, maybe like 1/2 to 3/4 of an inch of post that is being on either side of his skull. So it'll be a little bit more stable than doing a half post. Again, we also had the boo-boo that we're dealing with. So I'm going to start my Torbot, and my Torbot is thick right now because it's older, and so that's why it looks like I'm putting on a lot, but I'm not putting on very much at all. I'm also, in this case, going to come back and do the back of the ear just a little bit. Make sure I'm avoiding that cut area. You'll understand in a minute while I'm doing the back side of this ear. Okay, now I'm going to take my post. So I've got it where it's above that skin so it doesn't irritate it. I'm going to make sure that I have the tip nice and straight, not curved. Okay, then I'm going to take my scissors, put my finger on the tip, trim off that excess. Now, this is where it's a little bit different, and I'm using what's called elasticon tape. This is a very small piece of elasticon that's left over. I normally do not recommend any kind of elastic tape for posting ears, but this is the one exception, and you'll see the way that I'm going to post this, I'm in no way going to be constricting off the ear. There's no danger of that. But you'll see with this tape, you can see through that. You can see those pores. So it's good in regards that it lets air flow through really nice. All right, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to start on the back side of the ear. And I'm placing this tape. I'm not doing really any kind of stretch. The other thing about elasticons is it's very sticky. All right, so you see that I've left the edge of the ear open for air. Now at this point, where I'm not on any skin, I am going to stretch a little bit and pull this down and adhere it to the post. Now I'm going to take my scissors and just cut off this little excess. Okay, now I'm going to come back and tape at the bottom, and I start my tape as far down on the post as I can get. And again, I like to take this fold out. And for those of you that are worried, because most of the videos you're going to see, people are posting or wrapping with the folder going this way. I take the fold out because it's just a little bit of a trick to help avoid deep pockets and ears pulling back over the head. Trust me when I say that when all is said and done and your puppy's ears are posted months from now, or not posted, but when they're standing months from now, that fold will be there just like it is now. Okay, by taking it out when I wrap it, it's not going to affect the overall end result. Okay, so now we've got this ear posted, but we've got this edge free to breathe. And now I'm going to swap her around. Let's just turn them. So we're going to take our Torbot again, just fit a little bit. This time I'm not going to put any on the back of the ear because I'm not using that elasticon for this ear. This ear is perfectly fine. All right. So I'm going to put my post down so it's avoiding that bottom edge. Make sure my tip is nice and straight on the back. Oh, I was good on that one. Don't even have to cut off any excess. All right. This piece of tape across the top is going to keep that post from shifting up should they shake the head. Okay, then I'm going to come all the way down to the bottom of the post to start my tape. I'm going to come around, take my fold out with my finger as I wrap around. There's no tension on this tape right now. And then I come back and squeeze to get that nice adhesion to the ear. Okay. One thing I'm going to do extra with this, because I don't have that full post in there, I'm also going to take another piece of tape, and let's do it this way so you can see. And again, I'm going to start down at the bottom of the post. You see how I did it at an angle, and then watch when I come around, I'm going to end at an angle. Okay. And that just secures that bottom piece a little bit better. I'm going to do the same thing on the other side. Sarah, if you can turn it back around. Starting of an angle. Loosely come around and end on an angle and squeeze. Okay. And then I'm going to take my bridge that I've already wrapped, and I've got my little wedges cut out and that are going to kind of hug the ear. And I'll cut that just a little bit shorter. Okay, I like that. And again, you see the bridge isn't going to interfere with that. See, it's his right ear that has the boo-boo on it. The placement of the bridge is not going to interfere with that boo-boo because it's way up here. And then I just come back with a couple of shorter pieces of tape because I've got this gap here. I want to make sure I close it up. And that's going to help stabilize the bridge. And the bridge is helping stabilize the posts. And it's also keeping the ears from crossing over the head until they strengthen. So these guys are, I think 3 more days, they'll be 3 months old. So I'm still doing the solid bridge on them. Okay, and he's good to go now. Thank you for demoing. Yes, we appreciate your help. Take a bow. Good job.